Alright. I'm trying to, let's see, get in gear and get driving. I know that. I'm having a super emotional day, you guys. I don't know how many times I've already broken down and just lost it, so just fair warning. It's a great possibility that during this very short broadcast, I'm looking for a pen, I will break down and cry. And that is just where I'm at. Let's see. I haven't touched base in a little while, and I wanted to say hi. I just am leaving Walmart right now. Let me know if you guys can hear me okay. I'll do my best. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to see because I'm gonna be driving. So, let me turn this down a little bit. There's carts behind me, so, and there's Clovis PD in front of me. So, let me just really pay close attention, but I've given up on putting makeup on. Like, for what? I had to come out for a little bit, and I've kind of been coming out here and there a little bit. I am literally going through like a mental breakdown of sorts, and I think it has a lot to do with, go ahead. I feel two different ways about where we are at right now in the world as far as fighting for our rights to be Americans and to have the right to choose whether or not we want to stay home or work. And I'll explain a little bit further, but one side of me is very, and those of you who are friends with me on Facebook see it. One side of me is very, F this, we're Americans, we have rights, it's time to go to work. And I truly believe that. I believe that with all my heart. I believe that we have the right to choose. And don't get me wrong. Yes, the virus is real. Yes, lots of people have died and it's horrible. However, I think it's starting really to come out that it's becoming more and more clear every day that a lot more people than we had expected, or that we have numbers to show, have had the virus already, have recovered, and now have antibodies for this virus, which would in turn mean that the virus is not nearly as deadly as we are being told, or we haven't. That's one side of me. And I do, as you guys know, lots and lots of research about things. I'm constantly looking things up and trying to get the most accurate information possible so that when I'm making decisions for my family, I'm making informed decisions. However, I also have a little boy that is high risk. So I am fearful for him. And I know I'm going to lose it in tears right now, and because I can already feel it coming, and I can't be sorry for that because I love my son, and I have seen him, held his little hand countless times in the hospital over a common cold with his asthma. He's been in the ICU. He's had his breathing masks on, albuterol treatments, 24 hours, to where he can't even hold his hand without shaking like this. At times gasping for air. And so I have this cognitive dissonance happening. I have two warring sides in my head about what should happen next for my family. And it's really starting to get to me. I went out and I went to Walmart right now. My boys needed chargers for their electronics because heaven knows they've worn the chargers out that they have. And I'm trying not to touch my hands because I actually just totally cleaned my hands with Clorox wipes before I even started this. But I've become painfully aware that you're not supposed to touch your hands, nose, and mouth. And so I try and really be careful about that now. Oops, I got in the wrong lane. So I walk into Walmart and I choose not to wear a mask all the time. Like I don't always wear it. Sometimes I will and sometimes I won't. I've been very careful about, where I am and being at home, and I know that I'm well. And I wear glasses, so when I put that mask on, it like fogs up my glasses and everything, so I can't see where I'm going and what I'm doing. But it's sad. It is so sad. We walk so far apart now. We're so afraid of one another now. We pause to let somebody pass. I mean, we, of course, we would do those kinds of things before, but there's just such a heightened awareness around it, and it just breaks my heart because I wonder, will we ever go back to who we were? Will we ever be trusting enough with one another to even hug each other, to shake hands? And it really makes me sad because the world that we live in right now is not a world I ever even thought that we would live in. It never even crossed my mind that this kind of thing would happen. And it just breaks my heart. It breaks my heart that we live in a society where we can't even trust the news that we're being given. It breaks my heart that at a time when we should be coming together as a community, we are so far apart. I'm gonna have to end this pretty soon, but I just got to the bank. I'm gonna park in a different spot. We are so far apart, and I finally today I had to catch myself. Because I've been finding myself becoming more and more upset about everything. I'm on Facebook, and I happen to support my president. And if you want to not like me because of that, there's nothing I can do about that. I support my president, and I appreciate some of the things that he is doing. And I voice my appreciation, and I'm attacked. And And it's sad to me. I mean, we don't even live, and it's not about, I'm sad because you don't support Trump or you're going to attack me. It's sad to me because we are at a point in time in our lives where we are so far apart that we're not even okay to let people have their own opinions without being angry and tearing them up. I think, and I don't even think it's not us. It's not me and it's not you. It's the media. We are being lied to so much right now about so many different things. They're literally driving a wedge between us as people. They're creating division on every level. There isn't one subject out there that we can come together on anymore. And it's so crazy because we are the most equal we have ever been as far as we're on stay-at-home orders. We're completely, there's not one party, Republican, Democrat, liberal, Libertarian, Green Party, I think I named them all, I'm not sure, but there's not one party that is right and the other that isn't. We're all on stay-at-home orders. We're all equal that way. No matter how much we shout and are angry about what's happening politically, what is it doing for us? Nothing. We're still on stay-at-home orders. I mean, especially in California, we're fucked. Our governor here, these are my opinions, but I feel like he's using our state and the people as a chess piece in this political game. And we, the people, aren't playing a factor. Our families, our children, our needs, none of that matters to them. None of it matters to them. They don't give a fuck. As long as they're getting ahead. I just spit. As long as they're getting what they want politically, they don't care. I feel like, and I'm not happy. I mean, I feel so, I can't even speak. Because I support my president doesn't mean I support every single thing he does. I mean, I have a best friend and I don't agree with everything she does either, but she's still my best friend and I love her to death. Having said that, we have Nancy Pelosi that has CARES 2 on her desk and won't sign it because she wants certain political actions taken and Trump doesn't want to do it. So we're at a standstill. So now Trump is saying, I'm stopping all immigration. And he hasn't said, I'm doing this for this reason. But I mean, I can only imagine that it's because Nancy's on the other side and she wants immigration. She's for that. And she doesn't want to sign our CARES Act because she wants certain things. And it's like this political struggle. And guess who the fuck's suffering? We are. Our economy is going to shit. It's all hell in a handbasket. I mean, and who's suffering? None of these political people are suffering. We are. But yet, we're lied to on such a constant basis by the media. The media is saying, oh, Trump did this, and Nancy did this, and Gavin's doing this, and Cuomo's doing this, and we have no other options except for to buy in, I guess. So we buy in and we take sides and we end up tearing each other apart. How is that right? How is that okay? I really feel like it's time that we, you know, I'm going to stop that thought for a second, but the other day, I have to roll this down, it's getting hot in my car. The other day, I was telling my kids, my 23-year-old and my 24-year-old, they were sitting outside and I was getting ready to leave to go to In-N-Out to get some burgers for the boys, and I was at this point, this was like last week sometime, and let me tell you, from week to week, my feelings and my viewpoints change. I had walked out and I was telling the kids, like, on Monday, which would have been this past Monday, there is going to be, oh my gosh, I'm going to forget the name. What is it called? There's going to be something where the people stand out in front of the Capitol in Sacramento and, stand up for what they believe in. And I think I'm going to go. And they're like, what? And that was the beginning of what I thought was going to be an argument between us. And when I stopped and just took a deep breath and listened to them, they have very different political viewpoints than I do. And I stopped to listen to what they had to say, and I realized that we're not that far apart. We're being lied to on such a grand scale right now. If we peel back layers of this onion, and when I say that, I mean like the categorizations, like Democrat, Republican, Green Party, Libertarian, whatever it is. Well, that's one layer. Let's peel that back. And then, class consciousness, let's peel that back. And just these different ideals that we have, or we think that we know about the other person and what they think and what their ideals are. We actually stop listening to the media and what the media is telling us that they think, and actually listen to what they really think. We're not that far apart. We're really not that far apart. We really don't need to be at each other's throats, because ultimately we want the same things. We want our families, our children, our children's children to be able to be in a place where we can thrive and be happy. All across the board, I think we all want that. So today, I had to just stop and step back and realize that we're not that far apart. For the love of humanity, like, we have to come together as a people. Put all that other shit aside. Like, the media tells us that the Republicans think this, and the media tells us that the Democrats think this, and the media tells us and shows us all these crazy things and says that the liberals think this. But when you come to a table and you're not defensive and you really stop to listen, we're not that far apart. So we're in a fucked up place right now. Some people feel like we should be on shelter in place until we have a vaccine. Some people feel like we should be able to have the right to choose. And some people like me are very confused about where we should be because of extenuating circumstances. We're all people. We're all human beings. And we just want what's best for the people. We want everybody to thrive. I want you to thrive, and I think you want me to thrive, and we want to see our children. I mean, some of you, Linda James, some of you out there, a lot of you out there that are watching this right now, comment on my stories, and when you see my children and swimming, or the different things that I post, and you guys express so much happiness over those things. That's what we got to focus on. Screw this political bullshit. And I'm saying this for me too, because I'm part of it. And I realize that. And if there's any of you out there, and I'm sure there are, some people that I've offended, and I apologize for that. It's not my intention to offend. Have a very strong will and a very fiery Sagittarian blood, and I get my mind wrapped around something, and sometimes I forget that what I'm saying right now. I hope that soon this is a memory to us. And I hope that at some point, I know we're all frustrated. I know that we're being told so many different crazy things, and we just don't know what to believe, and we're so frustrated that we're lashing out at one another. I'm doing it too, and I'm sorry. I hope that we go through another phase. I feel like we're going through such phases through this process of being locked down. I hope the next phase of this is that we realize that we really aren't that far apart, and that we need to stop the division that is being brought to us. We need to stop thinking that we're so far apart. We need to stop listening to what the media is feeding us and get back to some kind of community where we're treating each other in a more loving manner. We're looking at things from a different standpoint, where we bring some kind of positivity back into our posts and our thought processes. It's gotten real negative. We're all frustrated. I know I'm so frustrated. I'm so confused. I feel so many different ways about different things at different times. And I pray, and I meditate more than I pray, but I pray, I've been praying a lot lately, that we get back to a place where we're more positive. I don't know if I've repeated myself too much. I don't know if this is going to get through to anybody. I don't know how I'm going to feel tomorrow. I don't know. I just like literally want to bawl my face off. Like, I just can't, like, wow, well, look where we are, 2020, April 2020, and we're in the worst place. I mean, and I shouldn't say that, because there's other, there's so much good that can come from this, and there's so much good that we can be focused on. And maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm the only one not focused on the positive at this point. Maybe I just got to a point where I'm so frustrated that I have forgotten to see the positive, and maybe that's my fault. Maybe I'm going to read these comments later, because I can't really see them right now. And and one of you, or all of you, or several of you are going to lift me up, because I need that right now. I'm afraid for my children. I'm afraid for our economy. I'm afraid of what tomorrow holds. It's just a sad place for me right now, and I think it is a sad place for a lot of people, and I don't know. I'm gonna end this now, because I don't want to be crying all over you guys. I just needed to express where I am today. I really need prayers. I really need some uplifting comments. And I really need you guys to know that if you've seen my posts and I seem like I'm being a complete total bitch, I'm sorry. And that I just pray for the state of our universe, our world at this point. I don't love one country more than another. I hope that everybody comes out of this, and that we're a stronger world after this, that we've learned some hard lessons, and that we can move forward and have a new appreciation for each other, and that we learn something positive out of all of this. I don't know. All right, you guys, I'm gonna go. I gotta get over to the bank and get home, and thank you for watching. Thank you for your participation, and I hope to be back to talk to you soon. And I hope the next time I come back, I have some more positive type things to say. Sorry, I'm the one that's down today.